that swag, my base. Swag to make, that swag to make. My base got that swag, 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 swag to make the my base pop beef got swag to make the my base pop beef got my beef got base my base pop beef got swag to make the my base pop beef my got base 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 my base pop beef you got swag to make the my base pop yeah my beef got base my base pop beef got swag to make the my base got that swag 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 swag. My base, swag to make, that swag to make. My base got that swag, my base, swag to make, that swag to make. My base got that swag, my base, swag to make, that swag to make. My base got that swag, 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 swag to make the my base pop beef got swag to make the my base pop beef got my beef got base my base pop beef got swag to make the my base pop beef my got base 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 my base pop beef you got swag to make the my base pop dad my beef got base my base pop beef got swag to make the my base got that swag, 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 swag.
Right then guys, welcome in. I just hit a bit of lag, so let me know if it is lagging in the chat a little bit for some reason. I got this last week and then it was okay. While you enjoy the tunes, let's dive in, shall we? Yeah, so let us know in the chat if everything seems okay. I don't know why it is at the minute. We've just got a little bit of lag going on. Fiber optic seems okay, internet, but yeah, let me know in the chat anyway. Yo, what's up, Max? What's up, Swaps? Dive in the chat, and as I say, if you are new, this is the Trader Console presented to you by me, Nick. So grab links from below if you want a free trial on the console, and grab yourself some free education also in the Academy section and the docs page. Knowledge is power, you absolute degenerates, isn't it? Right. YML Multiverse, keeping an eye on a couple of things. SUI Sol looked good. ETH, do we really care about ETH? No, not really, but it's doing quite well here. BTC back up to resistance once again after the Monday highs put in, Monday lows put in. Now absolutely in the middle, but we are hitting some supply. Interesting to see also what's happening. Offers coming down to attack price, not what you want to see. If you're a bullish high time frame, which I have to say I am. Okay, but this isn't the best to see. It's going to take more gunpowder to thrust price up. So let's dive in, shall we? No sound. Should be sound, are you sure? Just you, Max? Yeah, let me know in the chat. It seems okay on my end. Seems okay on my end, but let me know. We're going to dive in and jump at BTC until you two or someone confirms the sound is okay. Do you need to turn the volume up, sir? Let me know. As I said, I did hit a little bit of lag earlier. What we'll do is I'll carry on until one of you guys tells me that it's good or bad. And then what we'll do is, if it does go bad for any reason, we'll jump into the trader Discord, yeah? What's up, Alexi? Yeah, Alexi or Max or Swaps, just tell me if the sound's okay, please. Mic check 1 2 1 2, please. Sound okay from my side. Right. What do you mean now it's back, Max, you retardier? It was you. Turn your volume up, sir. Right, now that we're sorted, let's dive in, shall we? Right, so, right, let's have a look at some clean... Should we start the stream, sir, madam? Should we start? Right, let's have a look at some clean levels with absolute fresh bias. Yeah, with some fresh bias today then, all right? So look, we're going to have a review of where we've come from and where we're going, right? Fresh look today. There's been some really good action, even in this lower time frame levels, okay? So from the weekend, soaked up the majority of supply. If you were listening to the live streams last week, or especially from DK in the Discord live streams on Friday as well, 106 was always going to be the invalidation. So the bears got a little bit of a scare yesterday, but no invalidation, it has to be said. Okay, so if you were hedging any kind of positions over the weekend, you just had to be aware of that. You know, we had these levels at 105, but actually the selling just got absorbed. There was not much selling on those levels. So what did price do? Monday went up, took that liquidity and reversed down. And what we got now, we've got a Monday high and a Monday low to play the rest of the week. So that is nice to see it. Right, let's call it what it is right here, right now, and state the obvious before we look at some other stuff. You are still in a resistance and supply zone, yeah? So it doesn't really matter what other coins are doing. Some other coins will still perform well. You can see a bit of green on the board here. SUI and Sol looked nice yesterday. We'll go and have a look at those. But right now, okay, you're still in resistance, yeah? Lower time frame, of course, in a higher time frame trend, but you've still got supply hitting the market from spot mainly, yeah? So Binance Spot, 71 ratio. Even Bitfinex getting a little bit more active. I've actually got some Bitfinex alerts, and they've been kicking off. So the OGs at Bitfinex getting a little bit more active at the minute as well. Bitstamp have been very, very aggressive, and they were all weekend. Their levels not actually invalidated whatsoever. They've now got a level down there at 100k. Coinbase, same as Binance, really, same as Binance. They've got a tiny bit of selling here. We're getting some group spot alerts here, okay? So confluence of a couple of exchanges, group spot alerts. Other exchanges doing a bit of selling. Qcoin coming in with a little bit of selling there as well. Now, from the spot exchanges, obviously, okay, so this could be enough to suppress price a little bit today, okay, as we sit at the weekly open there, yeah? So just bear that in mind. It can take a little bit of time. It's going to take quite a lot of volume to push price down, to be honest. I would say, as open interest has been reduced a little bit since last week. Funding is steady. It's not really excitable. Nothing to say on funding really. But right here, right now, bid side is a little bit deserted. Okay, I'm going to show you the bid depth in the perps books at the minute because that looks good. That is one thing I would say, and I would also say the volume is coming in and looking quite good. Once again, Rude Soup says holding short from last night. What was your entry then last night? What was your? You've obviously got a different timing. I mean, I wouldn't be holding shorts here. I would be in and out, to be honest. Yeah, I would use them as light hedges. Said to the guys last week, very, very light positions if you're short in here. And then as we entered Sunday, later on the Sunday, I just cut mine. I just said, I'm not going to stay up and nurture this. I don't really want to watch price action, don't care. And you got rewarded on the Monday anyway. If you were sniping, sharpshooting, derivatives trader, you could have just got back in here. But yeah, it depends on your entry. 105.6. Fibonacci level booked 50%. All right, yeah, that's good then. Yeah, good on you. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, that is the way to do it. You know, there's no doubt that we are in the supply zone. We're in a supply zone at the same time when everyone gets super bullish. At the end of the week last week, everyone's bullish. Well, why weren't you bullish 3 weeks ago? Yeah, you know, isn't it? So I do think the high time frame trend and everything looks really, really good. But just bear in mind, yeah, you've got this resistance here in the order books, and especially from Spot. Spot are getting quite aggressive here once again. And you have got confluence of 1, 2, 3, at least 4 spot exchanges all selling into this zone. So just be aware of that. Where else do we need to look? We need to look at Binance Perps, biggest market order book we've got. No, we don't have Bybit at the minute. They don't share the data, unfortunately. So one thing to say is it's nice to see that this depth of book is back or coming back in Binance Perps. What does that mean? Okay, so we have got bid levels lower, mainly in the 2.5 and beyond there. Okay, so 2.5 right the way back to 25%. I've just got showing on the chart here. So it doesn't mean we can't come down here. Yeah, and fill it. Where is their level coming in? 101.6, okay? So Perps have got a light level, only a light level at 101.6, okay? So anyone calling for immediately lower levels, like 96, 97 giganukes, yeah, I'm not saying that's off the cards, but I would just stay, double D, as I called it in the Discord earlier, dynamic and discretionary, you know? Who's to say that you just don't hold this zone and the Monday lows and you shoot up to Michael Saylor's 250 million in the next 4 hours? Who knows, yeah? So keep a little bit dynamic, especially when the high time frame trend is still good, yeah? So yeah, that's Binance Perps. CoinM, not a lot to say actually. They've absolutely disappeared. I'm not too fussed about CoinM really. They've just got a tiny bit coming back. I'm not too fussed about CoinM, but I do have a look at them just to grab a little sentiment off their books anyway. Sailor buys, I buys, can't lose. Yeah, well, I guess if you're holding for infinity. I don't like Michael Saylor. I'll say it right here, right now. I just don't like him. I think he's a cock. Right, moving on. Yeah, so Bitfinex have been very active on both sides. Bitfinex Perps, again, they've got some depth of book here, so you will see that come in. All right, so yeah, just looking at the levels we've got then. So weekly open, let's make it really, really obvious. Weekly open, that is just pinning price down now. Old range, value area high, that's from back in December. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, go check out the video I put out earlier. I'm not going to zoom right out to there now. Monday lows put in here. Okay, so these were good trades last week to eyeball either the Monday lows or the Monday highs. Generally, it's a nice trade to take. What I would say today is, though, we're not in that similar range like we were last week. Have I got TradingView open? Yeah, I've got TradingView open. So last week, when we were on the live session, we were still in this range here, okay? So big deviation out. Bears got really, really frothy. We looked at those lows to get taken last Tuesday, and it was uponly.com since then. Nice range there. You had real good value areas and a point of control to play off. The trouble is here with your levels, you're not particularly in a range, are you? You're kind of just in the middle of nowhere. There you go, your weekly open there. So we've hit the supply zone over the weekend. We've wicked right up, taken all that liquidity and down, yeah? So very, very good day trade scalpy shorts, you know, absolutely valid. Well done to the bears for that one. Hedging your positions against any, you know, high time frame longs or anything. Very, very valid. But just to state the obvious, we're not actually in any kind of range here. So I've got no edge in saying we're in a range. I think we need to go seek value down here or up there once again, you know, on a TA kind of chart. So for me, right here, right now, I really just have to concentrate on that bid ask and the volume in the TRDR, the trader console. Yeah, I think that's what I just really need to concentrate on here. And it's pretty obvious, you know, spot selling, perps, bidding. So a little bit mixed, right? So with that being said, those are your levels. One thing to point out is also, we do have a 97k level there, right? But we've also got a 110k level there that's been there for a while. They're fucking miles away, excuse my language, right? They're miles away. So don't worry about that, and don't worry about that right now. Be aware of them, yeah? Be aware of them, but you really want to be trading and staying dynamic in this zone, yeah? Hope you're all holding longs from a lot lower. Right, something to point out then. Volume is coming back in nicely since European session this morning, yeah? So volume is now coming back in, okay, nicely. Open interest has had a little bit of a flush. It's still not in negative territory, but we had a little bit of an open interest flush, okay? And it's just curling up nicely with the volume. So same old recipe really. If we do go for any more lows, you know, even if it's just down a little bit, same recipe as last week. And this is why sometimes trading can actually be very, very boring. What am I looking for? I'm looking for bid and I'm looking for volume divs. Until I see those, I'm not going to bid the market. That's it, yeah? For day trades and scalps and stuff, you know. Have all these things hit. Am I in confluence? Have I got some bid? Have I got volume divs? Is the cherry on the cake that retail traders in red here are actually reshorting the market? Yes, it is. Okay, so we might give them a little bit of a reward and then kick back up as long as this volume continues to build these divergences, yeah? So just to bear that in mind. Another thing to look at that is quite chilled for this, for a higher time frame push like this, is liquidity in the order books is quite chilled as well. So pointed this out obviously last week, that it was getting a little bit heated, but there must have been a lot of shorts in the market because as we pushed up, those shorts have been knocked out the market, okay, and that's reduced the perps order book, yeah? So the perps order book is actually quite chilled now, similar with spot, yeah? Open interest is a bit in the middle. I kind of expect that as we you know, venture up and onwards, you know, people saying open interest is really high at certain points throughout the week or the day or whatever, you know, it's fucking gonna be. Everyone's back in the market and gambling. You're gonna get high open interest, you know. It's only when it hits those absolute extremes that, you know, we're gonna possibly see. Oh, I just need to go to perps market. There you go. I think, have I got my alerts on? Have I got my alerts on? I don't know why. Oh, I know what I need to do. Right, so just quickly, Shaquille put it in the Discord and the Telegram the other day. So this is the new Trading View engine, right? So you're not going to notice a lot of major differences. One thing, if you are not seeing your alerts, I noticed this the other day. I can't remember where it was the other day when I first do it. Just take off your alert, yeah? And in here, you can either add, obviously, all alerts by that, yeah? Add to chart and you'll get all your alerts overlay if you've got log history. The only thing I want on this nice clean chart though is actually my RSI metric, right? So I just want to add that one individually. So if I add that back in, and there we go, yeah? So the market got overheated here, okay? And it got overheated on the way up. We've then smashed out a load more shorts and it's calmed back down. So yeah, I could see price coming back down and testing some zones, but I'm not getting any of these overheated signals just yet. You know, one there, then we're putting one more high down. We've got a squeeze up there. We've got a squeeze up there. So, you know, not trade entry stuff, but warning signs for the highs and bullish signs for the lows, for even if it's just a squeeze, yeah? So I'm not seeing a majorly overheated market just yet. That's all I'll say. And we're in a higher time frame trend. So at the minute, I'd rather you know, I'd rather play that. I'd rather play the higher time frame trend. Right, let's just go back to the market and see what's happening. So yeah, some sell pressure on, so don't be surprised if we do, you know, start to drop just from pure weakness. There's no, as I can see right now, there's no dynamic bid coming right in here now, you know, and sitting under price to push it up like we've seen in the past. You know, just bear in mind that that perps bid is a little bit of a distance away, so 2.5 to 5%. Spot bid, yeah, not a lot really. They're gonna have to come in quite aggressively and either market buy this up or not. You know, maybe we just go straight down from here. But yeah, I think like Root Soup did, if you were short from these highs, it was worth taking a bit of profit here, because otherwise in a strong trending market you are just going to round trip this like fuck, to be honest. You're already back up at where the weekend people were trying to short, you know, and if they still held from there, then well done, because you were listening to the live streams last week. But also you've just missed out on 3% of gains there because you held on to it to here. But if you're hedging your positions, absolutely fine, isn't it? Okay, so I think that is it. Let's just have a look at the main top levels then. BTC, let's go to BTC. So yeah, as you can see there, the local levels, you've got quite a lot of offers coming down and chasing price. That guy or girl or entity there at 101k, they've gone. Yeah, so your nearest big levels at 97k. You've got these smaller offers here up to those Monday highs, and then the largest offer in the books is 110. All right, so just bear that in mind. Right, next up, we can have a look at some alts. Let me just check what the stonk market is doing. We've got a soft CPI print. Normally all that shit is pretty much priced in anyways. You can see the market pre-market was green. We've now just gone into slightly negative territory. China trade deals, everything, it's all priced in. Nothing ever happens, does it? You know, we've had absolutely weeks and weeks of uponly.com. We get some bullish news and the market rolls over. I think we should be used to that kind of price action, to be honest. Right, so let's move on. I think let's run through a couple of alts then, shall we? Rude Soup says 100k psychological number, so it was a good support. Yeah, probably. Yeah, other traders look at it, don't they? I think some of these levels, because we've sliced through them now, you could say they're meaningless, to be honest. You know, 100k people will bid it because it's a round number, but we know that 97k is there. You know. You've got an offer, you've got some offers here above price. They're not that big though, to be honest. So we'll see what we get today. As always, being greedy, I'd love to go tech them bears, or I'd love to go tech them bulls. But if not, that's the one, right? So very boring, but that's how it should be. Yeah. Absolutely how it should be. Trading should be boring. It should just be if this, then that. If I see this data, then this is what I'm doing. 90% of your time should just be sat doing nothing. 69k2. What's at 69k? Is that a gap trader's wet dream? Is there a gap down there, sir? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. I mean, I've got a feeling we're still going to have a couple of weeks of good price action and possibly up, and then you might get that summer lull. And I daren't say selling may walk away, because maybe we don't get that. So, you know, a loose bias, lightly held, I would say, because it's a naughty number. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at some alts, because you've got some supply coming in on other alts as well. But some of these alts can be strong, so don't be surprised if they don't absolutely destroy the supply. So I think ETH could potentially, if you're looking to short ETH, be a good short up here. Yesterday was quite a nice one, but it was right on the London session open, that real nice wick up. You got an ETH diamond. Okay, right on that 2622 level. This is more what you want to see, right? This is potentially on ETH a better trade. Why is it? It's a better trade because it was a risky one because you didn't have aggressive top levels there, okay? So you've got the sell-off, you're now bouncing back up, and actually you've got the potential to put in a classic lower high just on a 15-minute time frame here. So I'm open, although I'm bullish higher time frame, I'm open to shorting the shit out of this, right, today. Yeah, so execution as close as you can to this 2.6k. Notice the new numbers coming in on the new trading view engine. Thank you, Shaquille. But yeah, I think ETH could be a beaut. You've got nearly double ratio selling 1 to 5%. Yeah, let's have a look at what Perps is doing. Ooh, Perps coming in 2.5 to 5% away with a 29 ratio. Look at that. Lovely to see it. You love to see it. So you might get. I think we've had some ETH diamonds here already. Let me go to a 5 minute and show you that. Yeah. So I would concentrate on this. So you've got some ETH diamonds. You've got ETH spot double bands there. Again, these are not like icons. I'm just drawing on the chart like your average crypto Twitter shiller or YouTube nerd. These are pure raw data price action on the chart. Okay. From the alerts, from the OBD. Yeah. On the chart. So yeah, I think ETH could be a nice short. Now, again, be aware that if you are short in this kind of market, the trend is up. So you counter trend trading. But this is a really good, I think this is a really good short on ETH. Better than BTC, to be honest. So if BTC wants to roll over and hunt some lower liquidity, for me, ETH is the one. Right, let's have a look at Sol. While we're on ETH, have we got any bear divs forming? No, not really. Open interest coming in a bit. Volume, not a lot to see right now. Nice to see that retail traders were trying to short these lows and their price has gone up. Nice one. Well done. Yeah, if you don't know where the liquidity is, sir or madam, you are the liquidity. There's no shorts in here as you're going back down lower. If you've not got this data from the order book and the market, I don't know how the fuck you're trading, to be honest. You need this data. So yeah, ETH is looking like a nice one. Let's have a look at Soy Boy Sol. I'm going to a 15-minute chart just because I can compare left to the price action where we've come from. Yeah. Sol 118 validation. I think Sol was a nice TP on longs from the last couple of weeks. Definitely in that 180 region. You were hitting supply from the weekend. You've come back down. You've hit a little bit more supply. It's just eking out that liquidity there. So, but again, I will stipulate again, Sol is very, very strong when it's trending up. But you've got an invalidation there. If you wanted to hedge any positions at that 180 level once again, spot alert coming in on Sol there straight away. One thing to be said is this was a beauty day trade long. If you were watching like we were last night and first thing this morning, as I was up at 5:30 AM, absolute beauty on Perps there. Yeah, absolute beauty on Perps from Sol, and SUI was a brilliant one as well. So SUI, you could have caught that last night. Okay, there was no invalidation, but you actually did come back down this morning at the end of the Asian session. Yeah, really, really nice. I think SUI order books have been brilliant. And again, you know, you get these spot alerts, no massive top levels to hide behind, you know, if you are short in the market, but you can take these as warning signs and TP long as well. Yeah, wait for the dip, re-enter. Okay, especially if you're in a trending market. Yeah, TP, wait for the dip, re-enter. Because the SUI order book, like I've shown, I've been shilling SUI for forever because the order book on it's absolutely brilliant. It's performing like Sol was last year. I think SUI's going to do brilliant. The order book, whether you're a fan of SUI or not, you know, just trade it on derivatives. Not financial advice. Obviously, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please only pay per trade. But the order book on SUI is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, well, and yeah, Max will know that Nick actually closed his positions by mistake earlier from his SUI and Sol Perps trades. Very, very salty about that. So let's move on. Right, BNB has been good since last week. Uponly.com on BNB. So if you're watching us on the live session last week, absolutely uponly.com. No reason to fight this whatsoever. Even nice to see that. I think that was potentially a good trade, but it did just come down and grab that liquidity a little bit lower. BNB looks strong, and this white line here is a higher time frame resistance to support flip. Go and have a look at your daily charts and your weekly charts at the 640 level. So as long as BNB holds that 640 level, I think it's going to get some continuation onwards and upwards. First sign of real strong offers. Classic level 700 on BNB. All right, guys, so just make sure you're aware of that. Max says SUI was a great trade example not to set your stop at break. Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. Or hit close all positions on your broker. Rune is uponly.com as well. Absolutely strong as fuck. It's almost, if you look at a 4-hour chart, Rune is going almost parabolic. Couple of trades you even could have traded this Rune on the weekend. Just uponly.com, and I think it's got a long way to go as well. A couple of other bits we need to look at. Maker, do I want to look at Maker? No, not really. STX, Aave. This was a end of Friday. I think this was probably one of the best late longs I saw. As I said to the guys on Friday night in the private chat, I'm signing off. Oh shit, look at Aave. But again, because it's late on a Friday, the way you should maybe look at stuff like this, if it's going into a weekend, or maybe if you see certain things in a session that you're not familiar trading with, maybe it's a low volume European session, or it's, you know, low liquidity weekend, just light trades, you know, because everything's been uponly.com, yeah. But yeah, Aave, really nice order books coming back, and look what it looks like. So a resistance to support flip, yeah. Aave needs to hold this level now, I would say, around the 200 level, and then it'll get some good continuation. DeFi Kings are out in strength. If you were playing CRV last week, we pointed CRV out on the live sessions as well. CRV is being in absolute beast mode. So from last week, uponly.com. Yep, don't be surprised if you then see some consolidation. It's just part of how the market performs. Pepe is going to $1 any minute. Funnily enough, the bid side order books have not been too, although the volume's been massive on Pepe, at the minute the volume's been really good. I've said that about 3 weeks ago. I said the volume on Pepe in the central exchanges is massive, but I've had no real big bid side confluence from spot. So I don't know if there's a lot of DEX trading going on Pepe or what it is. I mean, obviously the perps books have been really bid. Yeah, you know, maybe DEX trading, maybe it's another exchange that we don't have here, really pushing it up. But yeah, nice to see it. With another one, uponly.com, all the memes are uponly.com. Does that then make me bearish because memes and coins like that are pumping? No, not really. Not yet. I'm not that way inclined to kind of think of the market like that. I will just, you know, ride it, and whatever happens, you know. Are we ready for Giga Nukes yet? No, probably not. Give it a couple of weeks. Don't fight the trend too much. If you are shorting positions right here, right now, then just make it small positions, you know, until you see something like ETH putting in those potential lower highs, and then you can really attack it with such easy tight stop losses. Yeah. So WIF is all good in the hood. Doge, yeah, Doge order books have been a bit shit, and again, just be aware of this signature that I'm going to show you right now. It's fine to play the trend, but maybe have a look at potential market structure changes. Look at Doge here, the way the offers are chasing price down. Yeah, so Doge has been getting some bid down here, but the offers are chasing price down. That's not the best to see. You know, it's going to have a big, it's going to take a lot of work to push it up. Yeah, so not the best. You want to see clear skies ahead, not shit like this. That's Doge. Bonk. Boom. Yeah, you've got to look at the meme coins, aren't you? I think Boom has been doing okay. Trump, don't really care about that too much. AR. This was an interesting one yesterday on Perps. I think you could have, you see this signature quite a lot on Perps markets, and if you day trading or scalping, you tend to get two, at the best you tend to get 2 or 3 maybe good trades out of these low liquidity coins like this. Your invalidation is obviously going to be this big level here. got invalidated yesterday, so that happened yesterday. Probably back up to where we were. It is, but do you want to trade it again? No, because the order book's just back to being an absolute sack of shit. So when you see stuff like this, if you get a nice percentage out of it, just manage that risk. You know, maybe if you're scalping day trading, get maybe one, maybe 2 trades out of it, but then just be aware that third time's a charm. It's highly likely you might just crack on that third or fourth hit. What else am I looking at? OP, no, ENA. Oh, that was nice yesterday, wasn't it? Athena, really, really nice order book. First thing this morning as well. Shit, hell, I didn't see that one this morning. ZRO, because someone in the Discord was commenting about this. It's actually got a nice 4-hour chart. TRB, no, not really. Did anyone catch OM the other day? OM had quite a nice chart the other day, pre-pump. Let me show you that one. What am I on here? 5 minute. Perps market, 15 minute. Yeah, OM. Saturday afternoon. Interesting that it had this really, really strong perps bid, and we were getting a few alerts. The offers were capping price there, and then they suddenly disappeared into Saturday afternoon. So an absolute beast of a move, but obviously massive liquidity grab. It's got a long way to go still, so it might just be worth still keeping an eye on it. If you do get any more signatures like this, again, that's part of the alert system. That's not something we've drawn on the chart. Okay, that is just part of the alert system. Perps, alt, double bands. So I've got no doubt we're getting a few of these. So it's nice to see this, though, that you actually come down and you almost accumulate and then start to put in this kind of shift in market structure. And you can see how aggressive the bid was there. Probably some kind of negative funding as well. So if anyone caught any of that, then really, really, really well played. Right, so what's BTC doing then? Back to BTC. I think it could be a nice easy day today, to be honest. Don't get too bearish on all assets while BTC is doing this. I think my main concentration and the best risk reward is probably ETH short, and then watching for any pullbacks. I think SUI and Sol were probably the best longs this morning. But, you know, do you want to TP a little bit of that now, protect your risk? Considering Bitcoin's at resistance, I would say that'd be a good play if you are day trading. Let's have a look at some other stuff. Then we can go and have a look at the screener as well. S was quite nice down here as well, actually. Yeah, and I do like the higher time frame chart on S. So Sonic FTM, we didn't look at this one, did we? Yeah, really, really nice. So again, the alert overlay there, spot double band alert overlay. Little bit of a tricky one if you were trying to short the market, okay, because you've had to execute on that wick, and then you had about 2.5% there. So again, with a 2.5% risk above that top level, I would say percentage on your capital really needs to be quite light there, to be honest. But really nice order, but back down to this level here, which is a higher time frame resistance to support flip again. If you have a look at your high time frame 4-hour charts, perps market really, really big, but I would keep an eye on this spot market on S, because it's really, yeah, very, very nice market. You can just see the way the bid comes in and the top levels. It's yeah, very nice. Supply hitting there. It really, really takes all the liquidity. Nice chart from S. S is making big announcement this week. Oh God, don't say that. Normally when they make a big announcement, it's when we nuke. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the 4-hour chart looks good. Let's look at it really, really quickly, because we have got a little bit of time, and then we'll have a look at some other stuff. So the 4-hour chart is great, I think. You know, this is the kind of shit I would be looking at if you've missed anything. I'm just going to pull a range from there. Yeah, and what you are looking at is, because if you like SUI, some of those other coins being uponly.com, your memes are all absolutely uponly.com. So what is S doing here? Okay, it's ranging, swing failure, well, not quite swing failure, but rounded top down, big liquidity grab, back into range, fight at the point of control, down to the lows, up, point of control again, back down to the lows, up, so resistance, back down to the point of control, resistance break, back test. Yeah, so we'll call it 0.55, we'll call it 0.55, yeah? So Sonic FTM needs to hold 0.55. That is where the bid came in, yeah? And then up. So really, really nice chart. If you compare that to some of the high time frame charts on other assets that are, you know, already moving, aren't they? Really, really nice. So bear that in mind. So that's our value area high. Let's colour that pink so it's really obvious. And then let's go back to a 15-minute time frame or 5-minute time frame. Where is that bid coming in? Oh, look at that. The bid's coming in at the resistance to support flip. Magic, isn't it? It can be simple. It can be simple. As we see BTC rollover. So yeah, let's see if this zone holds. Check back with us on Thursday for that live session, and we'll see if this zone holds on Sonic, and it gets, you know, if we hold this zone, that's where you want to be bidding. Yeah, maybe you get a nice push up. Maybe time it when BTC gets a little bit of demand, onwards and upwards. All good in the hood. BTC, yeah, chopping about here really. Still got some pressure on, but not too much now. It was a little bit more aggressive an hour ago, as you can just see the alerts hitting there. So these are group spot alerts. 54 ratio on Binance. Bitstamp still hate BTC and want it to go to 0. Coinbase Pro still got a 60 ratio, but they haven't got any major aggressive top levels here. Let's just go over it again. I'd like to go over it and see if anything's changed. And Binance Perps have just dropped a level in over the last couple of hours at 104 there. So they're just protecting those highs from Monday, the Monday highs there. So yeah, not bad at all. I think it a bit better trading if we can come down and really confirm some demand. It's not going to be healthy if assets just continue up and up. You know, with no bid sat under them. So you want that bid to stay dynamic. You want the bid to come up and confirm zones, you know, and push price up wherever that may be. And it just makes for better trading as well. It's quite boring, isn't it, if we just hold this resistance like we did over the weekend, you know, like this sort of thing, you know. But I guess that's the way BTC trades nowadays. It's quite a slow moving asset, isn't it, to be honest? Or it can be a slow moving asset. But yeah, nice risk reward shorts from Monday. Do we go revisit those lows? Remains to be seen. As I say, watch for those bullish divergences if we do. Yeah, normally, yeah. I mean, what happens when Ethereum make announcements? We all short the shit out of the coin, don't we? So yeah, I mean, look, we'll have a look at the screener then. Seen as BTC's in supply, what I generally like to do is, so BTC's in some supply, it can reach a bit higher. I'm actually, full disclosure, I don't want to short BTC here, to be honest. I'm just not interested at the minute. If we go a bit higher, then I will, like ETH, you know, so I'll short ETH up here. Nothing, yeah, ETH looks the best, to be honest. So with us hitting some supply, we've had nice bounces earlier on, right? So we've seen SUI, we've seen Sol, and how nice those bounces were earlier on. SUI was brilliant from the pet sale. So this is already a nice trade, right? So this is already a nice long day trade. 4.5, 6% in the market. Very, very good. If you can grab that every day, then you're getting a job at BlackRock or Citadel. But yeah, so BTC in supply. So the way I like to view this now is, okay, so I'll go, so am I looking for fresh longs here? Well, maybe, you know, maybe. Let's, we look at the screener. Okay, and I've got my screener on bid at the minute on Perps and on spot. So I can see that some bids coming in still in the spot market on certain coins. Do I want to long anything here? No, not really. I'll be honest, no, not really. I think last night, end of Asian session / European session this morning was probably the best longs. Now it's, you know, could potentially be a bit of a TP in this US session / manage that risk if you think you're going high. But I like to then look at the supply, okay? So if BTC's hitting supply, what else is hitting supply? And what we can see straight away is actually in the Binance market, ETH and BTC are a monster top in the supply ratios at the minute, okay? RDNT, don't even have a clue what that is. I can have a look at it if you want. Probably, yeah, bag of shit. I'm not playing with that coin. What others have we got? So GTC. Again, I don't have a clue what that is. Yeah, terrible charts, terrible charts. Why is it a terrible chart? Because no one's trading it, so the data is shit on it. So if you see charts like that, just ignore them. But yeah, ETH and BTC quite up there. Are they getting a little bit of supply as well? RDNT ZIL, don't know if that's still a. It was quite a good project, ZIL. Yeah, crap order books again. So again, you know, if you're looking at certain coins or whatever, and you've got really crap order books, just bear in mind it's because there's probably not a lot of people actually trading that asset. So yeah, apart from ETH, not a lot is taking my fancy. If BTC wants to drop, if we're short in ETH, then that's just going to help our case, isn't it? From the perps market, you're not often going to go see a load of sell side pressure. Why is that? Because it's crypto and everyone's fucking bullish 24 hours a day, which can be very nice if you want to be a little bit of a bear sometimes, okay? So yeah, no major selling in the perps market. I would keep an eye on spot. Yeah, I mean, look, couple of assets that have got quite a nice bid on them. But yeah, do you want fresh longs here? Derivatives trades longs when BTC's at resistance? No, probably not. Quick look at what's going on Twitter then. Any big announcements? I keep an eye on Watcher Guru and all the good stuff. No, there we go. Saudi Arabia to invest. No, not a lot going on Twitter. Right, back to the charts. Let me just load that up and I'll go to BTC. Yep, so resistance on BTC. Let's see what we get today. Don't be surprised if this is it and you just float down from here, you know. The selling isn't massively aggressive. It could be a case of 101.5 again, yeah. Perps has certainly got a little bit of interest there. Quick check of stonks. No real moves in the stonk market, but we are only half an hour, 45 minutes or so in, so not too fussed about that. If Tesla can come down again, that would be very nice. Thank you very much. What are we saying in the chat? BTC started dumping. Right, Rude Soup, are you on them 2-second candles again? Look, if you're looking at this, then yeah, of course it is on your 5-second candles. You know what I mean? But if you're looking at a 15-minute, yeah, all right, okay. So the 15-minute chart is coming down. All right, I'll let you off. It's coming down a little bit. All right, let's go to spot. Yeah, don't be surprised to see this. You're at resistance. You know, you are at resistance. And no one's stepping in to bid it back up yet. You know. Yeah. So I think we might chop into this conference at the end of the month. What conference is that? What conference have we got coming up? Yeah. To be honest, I don't think you know, like on the video earlier, with that I do like this level 97k, but whether we can get there in one clip, I'm not sure. What percent is it? We're 5%. Yeah, I mean, of course, crypto can dump 5% in a day easy. But Bitcoin has been quite steady of late, hasn't it? Really, you know, very steady, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get today. Right, drop in the chat if you've got any questions then, or any other coins we need to look at. But I think we've covered everything there. BTC's at a bit of resistance. I think you had some nice day trades this morning. SUI, Sol, two of the best I saw. S was nice as well. Do you really want to long anything right here, right now, as BTC's at resistance? No, probably not. Hey Nick, are there any overlay and top level settings shared somewhere in Discord? Yeah, they're all shared. DK's originals are shared. Or if you go to options here, yeah, options, share with others, but then hit browse and just type in my name. Okay, this is my main one here. So I can just copy that. But there, yeah, just search. You can just search, but they're all shared. In the sharing templates and alerts, they're all in there. So yeah, just grab them out the Discord. All right, let's have a look at a 5-minute chart. Yeah, some very, very light levels, bid levels on the Monday lows there at 101k, but not much, to be honest. Yeah, that's the kind of zone I'd be looking at, really. Initially, and it's a bit of a classic range trade, and we're not really in this kind of range anymore, so it wouldn't surprise me just to deviate lower if we can get it. But yeah, I mean, even yesterday today, it's a little bit of a choppy market. Bears not really achieving too much at the minute, are they? What's ETH doing? Yeah, I mean, ETH's just going to roll over. To be honest, I'd rather execute in here a little bit tighter. Sometimes it's the case that you just don't get there. So if BTC wants to roll over, then ETH's just going to roll over here. But your invalidation at the minute is up here. Not too bad, 2.5%, 3%. If you think ETH's going to roll over, but I'd rather just watch the price action for the next half an hour or so and see what we get. Sometimes as well, in a strong trending market, you don't always have to play both sides, you know. Maybe just wait for it to come back, like last week. Yeah, like last week we came back. You had all of a couple of hours. Bears had all of a couple of hours fun. We came and took those lows and we absolutely volleyed up for the next 5 days. So yeah, unless you're wanting to hedge your positions, you don't always have to hunt counter trend trades. I would always just wait for the best risk reward ones as well, like ETH here. But yeah, nice market at the minute, nice traders market, technical levels getting respected. So supply coming in at the weekly open, really, really nice technical levels. Looks good, looks good. But yeah, okay, so drop in the chat if you've got any questions, but it's quite nice and easy today. So we will keep the stream pretty short. I'll timestamp it afterwards if anyone wants to share it or play it back if you've got any alpha out of it. But yeah, not a lot to see. Screener's not offering too much up at the minute. Do always keep this open, to be honest, so just keep an eye on things. Yeah, you will see the odd trade pop in, the anomaly in the order box pop in, that will give you a good risk reward trade sometimes. But yeah, okay, let's summarize BTC then, because as I said, I think it's quite easy here, really. You've got some resistance here. You just sat under the weekly open. I think there was some nice longs earlier, okay, especially on alts. You're in a strong trending market. If you're going to hedge short positions, keep them light. Look for the best risk reward short positions as well. Best one I'm seeing is ETH, and I would like it a little bit higher. So maybe this comes. Okay, so I'm not going to chase red candles right here, right now. I think you all know me better, really. You want to be executing in and around here. This is your level for doing business, yeah. But BTC, yeah, probably going to chop here a little bit, especially as the volume kicks in at this start of the US session. And then we'll see what we get. You know, we'll see what we get. Light levels on BTC near that Monday low. You can just see them in green there. But your biggest level, 97k, light offer there at 106k at yesterday's highs. Biggest order book level there at 110. All right, guys, so nice easy day. If there's anything really extravagant goes on in the market, I'll post it on Twitter and the Trader Telegram and Discord. But right here, right now, yeah, all looks good. Nice levels to trade. Hope everyone has a brilliant week. More updates on Thursday and fresh live session on Thursday as well. And I will try and get back to those chill streams where we just have a bit of music and text chat as well. Just been a little bit busy lately, but I will try and get back to those. All right, guys. So we'll speak soon. Cheers, guys.